Well, hello and welcome everybody to Blue Garden Cottage. We have a new subscriber, so welcome to you as well. Lovely to have you along. If you don't already know, my name is Cindy. And what I do here is homesteading, British way. Well, not quite. Cindy's way. So today I was going to this week share a video with you on some of the frugal bits and bobs that I do in the house, because I had bought some unwaxed lemons and a big bulk amount of ginger, because I use ginger at least 2 to 3 times a week. So I got some fresh ginger. Oh, listen. The neighbour's teasing the crow in his garden. I think that might be responsible for the baby chick, the little songbird chick I found dead in the front garden this morning. Might have been nicked out of a nest by a crow or something. But he's dead, so I put him in the composter. Poor little thing. But anyway, as I was saying, please excuse the noise. I think my neighbour is using every opportunity when he's not in work to get some jobs done, and I really don't mind, because I know he's working on his garden. And I had lemons, ginger and some grapes. What else was there I was doing? Yeah, those at least. And because I didn't want the ginger to sprout before I got to use it all, I decided to cut it all ready and stick it in the freezer. Same as the lemons, I juiced them, put the juice in a small container, and then I did take all the zest off first and put that in a separate little container, and then the peels and the pips I put in another bag, so that when I come to make jam, I'll just put it in with the fruit before it and take it out before it gets bottled up, because it's a bit of extra pectin. Look, you see the little house sparrow just there? One of the fledglings. The young ones are still very, very naive, and they tend to be much braver than the parents. They haven't learnt yet. So they come in. Anyway, as you I decided to sort of preserve them in putting them in the freezer so that I could use them when I need them. I made bread this week. I've made scones. I've got a second batch of bread going for this week today, for the rest of the week. So I have been busy, but the biggest busyness this week has been the garden, because we've done huge amounts. I have repotted all the baskets, but only small plants, so they will have to fill out over the season, and hopefully I've got today, when I finish chatting with you, I've got to put some basket tomatoes, the little tumbling tomatoes. I put one in each of the baskets. And then I've got a pepper, a chili pepper and a sweet pepper to go in those pots. I've also planted the beans out. I've put carrots in between all the leeks. I've put beetroot in between the cabbages there. Hubby helped me sow loads and loads of seeds. As you can tell, it's a laundry day today. So every trellis and surface is being used to hang laundry. Off-grid laundry drying system. So and everything is growing. The apples are forming on the apple tree, so it's time I need to feed them. I do need to feed them now with the comfrey feed that I've made over the winter, because literally, as I've told you before, that I do have a video up. I think I'll put a link to that one, where I do not add water to the comfrey to make a tea, because that absolutely stinks. But you can make a concentrated comfrey feed by just putting the comfrey on its own in a tub with holes inside another tub without holes and stones in the bottom, and then the liquid drips out the bottom. So I've put some more into that tub now, and I've still got to pour off that feed, so it's ready now to feed all the fruit that are setting fruit. Because as soon as they set fruit, or starting to, that's when you start feeding them with a comfrey feed, which is basically the same as a tomato feed, but I've made it myself. So yeah, Oh, the house sparrows are all perching, and because there are perches everywhere in this garden, absolutely everywhere, they tend to poop everywhere, so they're fertilizing the soil, and I don't have to, except for when I put the compost on to mulch. You know, the birds are fertilizing everywhere. And in the leek bed the other day, when it was dry, the soil was dry, they decided to make dust baths, and when I went to water it, I left the dust bath little indentations there, and the water soaked straight in. So I thought, well, that's a handy little mini pool, a micro pool for the water to sit in, and then it soaks straight in. It doesn't run off the side of the mound. So there, a beneficial relationship. But I've had to cover it because I've put the carrots in there now, and I want to protect the onions, the leeks, and the carrots from the pests. And of course we're looking at getting temperatures of 3 degrees in the morning, which can see some frost. I hope not. My friend's almost practically all of her stuff has been damaged by frost because she's up in the mountains. Well, hilly mountain area. But anyway, so I couldn't show you that video because I just kept getting too many interruptions, but it has been a very busy and productive week. I also, what else? There was something else I did. I can't remember. There's just so much going on. It's all a big blur in my head. But yeah, I've got a mountain of sewing to do, which I shall do tomorrow. I'll start on that tomorrow. I haven't touched the writing in 2 weeks, and it's got to get off now. I've got to get it finished and done and sent off. So I'll have to do that. Hopefully by next week I can finish. It was supposed to be done this week and sent off to somebody to edit for me. But yeah, lots to do. But at this moment I just thought I'd take a little rest, have a chat with you, and then finish up before I go inside to cook dinner and get things ready for my son to go to work. But for now, I just want to be entertained by the house sparrows because I've stopped working in the garden. I don't know if you can tell. You can't really see it on this camera, but the house sparrow is busy foraging off the dandelion leaves and eating it, because I watched the parents going to get the beetroot and chard leaves, pecking at them, and then feeding the fledglings that were on the ground waiting for them. So they're eating the leaves as well. They're a very varied diet, not just seed. That's why it's really important to allow some of your weeds to grow, because the dandelions, they eat the leaves, they eat the flowers, they eat the seeds, and they've been eating everything. They've been looking for pests and little aphids amongst the trees, so I don't have very many of them this year. Although the cherry, oh my gosh, I had to uncover the cherry because the black fly had completely overrun my cherry tree, and the snails, because the birds couldn't get in there to feed and eat the black fly and not, get rid of the snails. So we lost all our cherries anyway. We protected them from the birds and then lost them to the pests. I give up. We'll just keep that cherry tree for wood. Keep harvesting it for wood. We'll never have fruit off that, I'm afraid. Not in this garden. We need an orchard to get cherries. Oh, I hope that whatever you're doing, you take a chance to enjoy nature. Can you see it there, Bea? No, you can't from here. Oh, it's just on the pot there, the little house sparrow. You can't see it. I so wish you could. They come quite close now. But yeah, oh look, this is one of my favourite roses in the front garden. I have this rose and the purple one up the top that are absolutely beautiful, and they have such a beautiful scent. But yeah, oh yes, before I forget, look, I have been spraying my beans and beetroot and other tender stuff with garlic water. Makes the entire garden stink of garlic sausage, but it has been working to keep the slugs off since I put them out yesterday. So every night I spray them with the garlic water, literally just garlic, put into the water in the spray bottle and left. Oh, it's strong, but it works. And this rose here, look at this. Remember I showed you last year? Beautiful, and the scent on that is lovely. We have a little mouse that was hiding in here because I moved the bird feeders in here. Yeah, and Buttons is disturbing it all the time, so that's all right. I'm sure it'll move on. I don't think you can have bird feeders without attracting rodents. And I did plant up those little baskets. So as soon as the plants are mature enough, they'll start spreading all over. So for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'm going to pot those tomatoes into the baskets. So for now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever time of the day it is where you are, do enjoy it, make the most of it, and I will be very happy to see you again next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you like. Do comment as well. It's lovely to hear from you all. Let me know what you guys are doing right now. Bye bye, everyone.